Today, I'll show you a simple daily routine designed specifically for seniors to help improve posture. If you're over 60 and noticing your posture is becoming more rounded, your shoulders more forward, or you're walking more stooped, you are not alone. Posture can improve at any age, and often you don't need long, complicated workouts. Sometimes just 5 minutes a day can start making a huge difference. As we age, our posture changes for several reasons. It could be weak muscles, stiff joints, maybe you're sitting more, reduced movement, could be arthritis, and loss of upper body strength. You also may notice the rounded shoulders, the common forward head posture, a curved upper back, tight chest muscles, difficulty standing upright. Poor posture doesn't just affect your appearance, it can also affect your balance, your walking, breathing, neck pain, shoulder pain, and even your confidence. The goal is not a military posture or stiffness. The goal is better alignment, better movement, and less strain on the body. So these are your 5 exercises you can do in 5 minutes to help create a better posture. You can also take these 5 exercises and spread them out throughout the day, maybe break them up and do what I like to call a posture snack or a movement snack, where you pick one of these exercises during the day and you actually just work them. In fact, I think that is a much better strategy, is working on your posture throughout the day instead of just doing these exercises 2 to 3 times a week. So this brings us to our first exercise, and that is shoulder dislocations. So you can use anything from a broomstick, if you have a broomstick at home that you can use that is at least 1.3 meters long, or a band, a rubber band. It could be any color, any thickness, as long as it can move around the shoulders. Or you can use a towel, a bath towel, maybe just roll it up and get yourself stretched out. But I'm going to show with a stick. So what we do is we try and keep our shoulders nice and relaxed. We're going to straighten our arms. We're going to grab the widest portion of the stick. And then from there, we are going to bring it up as far as we can. And if you feel that you can't go any further, stop. I don't want you to force it, but I want you to keep your arms as straight as possible. So because we're doing this for a minute, you're going to do it nice and slow. Nice. Follow your breathing. Breathe in and out, and just feel the muscles stretching in the front of the chest. And only go as far as you can. Don't force or don't bend the elbows, and then you come back. And then you reset and you try again. Maybe move your fingers a little bit further off on whatever it is you're using. So maybe in the beginning you can use a band, but to get the actual stretch in front of the chest, you will need something that is fixed and cannot change length. So I'm keeping my rib cage nice and depressed. I don't want you to go back like that or lift the rib cage up. I want you to keep your ribs down, pull that belly button in, always keep the core nice and tight. And as you've got that, I want you to move back as slowly as you can and then come back. Remember, if you can't go all the way back, you stop where your range is, you make a mental note of it, and you come back. And don't forget the breathing. And back up again. We'll do a few more. And then our 1 minute is almost up. And last one. And nice and smooth. Again, always keep the elbows straight. The elbows should be locked out. They shouldn't be bent. I don't want you to bend your arms because that will be cheating. So only once you can make it over nice and smooth, you can work on coming all the way back. That was our first one. Now we move on to our second minute, and these are shoulder blade squeezes together with thoracic extension. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to get your shoulder blades to go all the way back. And as you do that, you'll see your chest move forward and out, and you'll be able to squeeze your shoulder blades down. And while you're squeezing, I want you to place your fingers on your ribs here, and I want you to feel how you're now lifting your rib cage up as well as pinching your shoulder blades back. And you hold for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. It should feel that you're almost looking up at the ceiling because your sternum, your chest bone, is actually lifting up towards the ceiling. So you can follow that with your eyes, but I don't want you to overextend your neck. You just try to focus looking straight ahead, and you're going to have a little bit of a chin lift. Just there, as you squeeze, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, try and squeeze as hard as you can, 1, and relax. I can feel those muscles between my shoulder blades really lightening up. And again, we're going to go, breathe out, hold those shoulder blades, Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2. I want you to feel those ribs pushing out. 2, 1. Come back. And again, let's do one more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should be able to get off about 5 repetitions in that minute. But if you want to stretch out, if you have the time, don't rush these. Spend some more time. The more time you spend with it, the more you're going to learn the technique and the skill, and the better you are going to be able to find those muscles that you need to target, as well as get that thoracic spine from this rounded position. When we spoke about the rounded shoulders, the rounded spine, everything is tight in the front. Now we're doing the complete opposite, and we extending everything and we opening up everything. We're taking those rounded shoulders from there, we're stretching the pecs in the front, and we're contracting the opposite muscles in the back, the rhomboids, the middle trapezius, the lower trapezius, and get all those muscles to stretch while we're extending. We're getting all those erector spinae muscles to contract as well, making those muscles work hard to actually pull you back into position and relax. This brings us to our third exercise, and our third minute is wall slides or wall angels with a chin tuck. So we're going to be getting up against the wall. So you want to place your feet approximately 1 foot distance away from the wall, maybe a little bit less, a little bit more for some of you. Placing your bum, keeping the knees soft, and placing your bum and your shoulders up against the wall. Now you find you've got a little bit of a space between your head and the wall. And I want you to do a little gentle chin tuck for me. Now be careful that you don't raise your chin up and look at the ceiling. I want you to draw the chin in as if you're doing a double chin. It's not very flattering, but it's for exercise purposes. It's for your posture. So draw that chin in. Next up, we take the elbow, wrist, elbow, wrist. Okay, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contact points on the wall besides your shoulder and your hips. And now we're going to place the pressure against the wall, push the wall away, and slide up as much as you can. Remember to keep the belly button nice and tight. You don't want to overarch your lower back. You want to keep control of the lumbar spine. And we're just going to go for however time you've got. This is very difficult for some of you. So you might not start with 5. Some of you might go for 10. And if you're really brave, you'll be able to get off 15 within that minute. And relax. Now, if you're struggling to get both of your arms on the wall, you can do this with one arm. Same thing, double chin, elbow, wrist. The other arm can either be just on the side. You might even have to change the position of the shoulder. Maybe just move it away from the wall, but still keep the double chin and slide. So once you've got your arm, your elbow, and your wrist against the wall, you can move this shoulder back. Okay. And try and keep it hand pressing against the wall and up and down. Now, if you're one of those people that have your wrist in this position, you cannot get to that point, more shoulder dislocations will actually help with that. So all of these 5 exercises will feed into the next exercise to help make everything more possible. So next up is our chair rotation stretch. So what we got is, you're going to find yourself a chair. I'll just use my bed. And you're going to sit on the edge of the chair with your back completely open, because you need some room to rotate. And from there, you're going to now place your one hand on your opposite leg to try and stop you from rotating your legs. And you're going to bring this arm straight out. And you're going to take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to start rotating for me and turn and turn and turn as far as you can. And then you're going to come back. Breathe in again. I'm only going to do 5 on a side. Breathe out. Rotate. Lift the chest. Extend the spine. 2. And 3 more. So this works really well. This is a rotation, extension, and reach pattern. 4. And last one. Now always make sure that your shoulder, you don't bring your shoulder forward like that, because if you do that, it means you're not rotating out of your thoracic spine. It's more important to get the rotation out of the spine first before we reach out. And I want your shoulder to be completely back and your shoulder blade to almost touch your spine. And let's change the other side. Swap hands, place this hand, take a deep breath in, thumb up and breathe out. Follow your thumb. I want you to look at your thumb as far as you can and come back. Breathe in and out. Rotate, lift the chest a bit to ensure that you are actually rotating out of the thoracic spine and not the lumbar spine. 3, it's brilliant for spinal mobility, spinal health. 2 more, 4, and last one, 5, and relax. And our last exercise is back bridges. Great for opening up those hips while strengthening your glutes to help keep you upright and engage your core. Your core plays such a vital role in keeping your posture upright while you're walking, as it ties into your glutes and your hip flexors. So this last exercise, the back bridge, is a brilliant exercise to open up those hips, stretch everything that is tight in the front, your quads, your hip flexors, or your psoas, and at the same time getting those glutes to contract and also helping with your core engagement. So we get on our backs and we try and get our fingers as close to our heels as possible. If you can't, that's fine. Just try to bring back your knees, or bend your knees as much as you can. And then from there, you're going to push through your heels, breathe out, and lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, push them into the bed because that's your anchoring point, and come down again. And let's go. Remember, we're doing this for a minute. So I want you to feel how your glutes are contracting. But what you feel in the front is, if you feel all these muscles stretching, okay, it's going to feel like they're doing a lot of work, but in fact, they're actually just lengthening as your hips try to push through. Your hips need space to open up, or for your hips to move through, and you'll feel a good stretch while strengthening the glutes. And let's go for another 5. 1. Breathe in and out. Engage the core. 2. And last 3. 3. I can also feel the pelvic floor working. I can feel the glutes working. 4. And last 1. And 5. And relax. Now, there are your 5 exercises you can do in 5 minutes, or break them up into your posture snacks. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody that you think it might help. And leave a comment down below and tell me which one is your favorite exercise. See you next time.